COVID-19 has impacted us all, and the response to the pandemic has thrown the global economy into turmoil.
This is not a crisis in isolation. This is a crisis that has highlighted so many of our inequalities, particularly historical and social and racial inequalities.
With record levels of unemployment, supply chains are disrupted, affecting food supply and manufacturing. Small businesses struggle, while border closures and travel restrictions are catastrophe to trade and tourism. The global economy is projected to shrink by 3% on average this year, and is estimated to push 50 million people back into poverty.
A lot of people are finding that they cannot handle the 2 to 3 months of social isolation that has been mandatory for us to really weather the pandemic. Families had to actively choose. If they were going to shelter at home, that meant not feeding their kids because they needed that day's wage to be able to provide for their family.
Today, about 8% of the world's population lives in extreme poverty. That's a number that had been going down actually quite rapidly since 1990 when it was over 20%. But here, the number's going to go up, and then we'll have to catch up and get back on that track that we were on before.
The longer the pandemic continues, the more severe and far-reaching these consequences.
What we've seen now is a recognition that we're all in this together. So a vaccine is critically important, but even more important is taking this opportunity to really see what COVID has shown us and look at those existing inequalities and say we're going to do better.
To fully recover from this pandemic, we have to do more than overcome a virus. We have to repair the broken places in our societies and economies too.